Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Not many high-stakes crime dramas have managed to captivate audiences like The Anna Conspiracy. Josh, the protagonist of this complex criminal narrative, is a manipulative and crafty man who rose to become a major player in the international underworld of organized crime. Josh is a criminal genius, but his story is particularly remarkable because he has been planning a daring crime while incarcerated. This is the account of Josh's ascent from little crook to prominent figure in the criminal underground. But he would not accomplish his reign of terror in the conventional sense. Instead, he made the most of his strongest suit, Anna, a driven woman who was willing to risk everything to advance in the criminal underworld. In Josh's absence, they orchestrated a global conspiracy while he was incarcerated in a maximum security jail. Josh's ascent. From petty offender to clever strategist, the criminal career Josh embarked on was not marked by the adroitness of a genius. He was no different from any other small-time con artist. However, Josh possessed an inherent talent for planning ahead, which would lead him to the highest levels of criminal organization in due time. He got his start as a low-level hustler, engaging in small-time robberies and cons as he learned the ropes. However, Josh's drive and ability to manipulate circumstances to his benefit set him apart from other street criminals. After his incarceration for multiple high-profile thefts, Josh's career took a dramatic shift. Josh was incarcerated in a maximum security jail due to his lengthy sentence. He refused to let his incarceration break him. On the contrary, he viewed it as a chance to plan an operation that would be more intricate and expansive than anything anyone had ever imagined. It didn't take long for Josh to figure out that even inside bars, he could still influence the criminal underworld. Indeed, he saw prison as merely another hurdle to surmount on his path to power. Plus, Josh was an expert at manipulating the system. In prison, he made connections with other inmates and outsiders, including convicted felons who were carrying out his commands beyond the prison walls. Unfortunately, Josh still wanted more. He required an impartial third party to lend him a hand, ideally someone with the drive to blindly follow his orders. We meet Anna, the woman who would fall under his spell. Come on, Anna. I didn't think she would be a good fit for Josh's plan when I first looked at her. Despite her ambitious nature and excellent IQ, Anna did not come from a criminal family. The truth is that she had ambitions of becoming a successful businesswoman. But Josh saw something in Anna, a desire to succeed and a readiness to sacrifice everything for it. Furthermore, and perhaps most significantly, she possessed the abilities that Josh required to carry out his plan from a distance. When Anna was in a tight spot financially, she met paths with Josh. She was close to insolvency as her business faltered. Josh, who was serving time behind bars, offered her a chance at freedom when she was at her lowest moment. The financial independence and economic success that Anna yearned for were promises made by Josh to her in return for her assistance with a clandestine project. At first, Anna had her doubts. Knowing that Josh was behind bars, she had no notion of his actual worth. It became apparent that Josh had planned a complex conspiracy as he started to explain his scheme to her, a daring heist that could provide for them both for the rest of their lives. After being captivated by Josh's intelligence and desiring a way out of her failing business, Anna consented to become his accomplice. She had no idea that she was about to be pulled into a web of deceit that would take her on a perilous journey. A woman, a prison cell, and a complex web of deceit. The heist. The strategy that Josh came up with was really brilliant. Even though he was incarcerated in a maximum security jail, with the help of Anna, he was able to plan a complex heist involving a wide-ranging web of connections and the theft of millions of dollars. Three things were crucial to the plot: timing, deceit, and Anna's skill at manipulating those in her inner circle. The primary objective of the multi-million-dollar crime was to obtain access to a collection of unique and priceless artworks housed in private collections all around the globe. Josh's scheme was straightforward. He wanted Anna to play the role of the operation's public face, posing as a rich art dealer interested in buying these paintings. The true plan, though, was for Josh to orchestrate the theft and subsequent sale of the items on the underground market from behind bars. But with Josh physically in prison, how could he carry out such a complex scheme? It all came down to Anna's charm and her knack for influencing others around her. She was a master manipulator who had the ability to captivate, trick, and dominate anybody she met. With the help of her business connections, she was able to approach famous people who were eager to sell their artwork for a good price unaware that it was all part of a bigger scheme. Josh and Anna coordinated every detail of the theft through a series of coded texts and well-planned phone conversations. The secret to Josh's operation was his prison phone. Every time something came up, he would tell Anna what to do, who to talk to, and how to approach the problem. Josh proved that not even a prison term could stop his criminal genius as he manipulated events from the luxury of his cell while Anna was carrying out his plan. A deceptive web. The unraveling. Like any well-thought-out scheme, things started to go apart. Anna, who believed she was collaborating with Josh for personal gain at first, quickly became entangled in the plot. The heist got increasingly perilous as she progressed through it. The art-world insiders she was collaborating with were anything but innocent. Anna became increasingly aware that she was not the sole target of manipulation as Josh's scheme began to take shape. There were other players in the robbery as well, and it started to feel like a game of chess, with Josh and Anna being the pieces on an increasingly perilous board. Despite the successful theft of the artwork, Anna found herself increasingly caught up in a web of deceit and falsehoods as she faithfully followed Josh's orders. As the temperature increased, the cops were drawing near. Unless she acted quickly, Anna realized everything would fall apart. However, Josh's hold on her got tighter the more she attempted to separate herself from the operation. Uncertainty and betrayal. The last turn, when Josh discovered the heist could have succeeded without Anna, the plot twist came to an end. She had served her purpose and time had come for Josh, the cunning thinker, to dispose of her. From behind bars, Josh orchestrated a scheme to get Anna blamed for the whole operation. Though she had been acting under his supervision, he ensured that Anna would be implicated in the crime at every turn. Attempting to escape, Anna realized she was now nothing more than a pawn in Josh's game. However, her flight was unsuccessful. She was already being pursued by the authorities. Anna, in her last-ditch effort to avoid execution, struck a bargain with the prosecution, pledging to help them bring down Josh's criminal empire in return for a lighter sentence. Even after Anna's demise, Josh's journey continued. Even though Anna was in the dock and on trial, Josh's shadowy criminal network was still at work, with fresh faces stepping in for her. The Anna conspiracy revealed. The final verdict. The theft was only one part of the Anna conspiracy. The story also revolved about ambition, manipulation, and the extent to which a criminal kingpin will go to maintain control. Josh's extraordinary ability to plan a heist while incarcerated was truly remarkable. It was also a tale of loss and treachery, since Anna, who had been his eager partner before, became nothing more than a pawn in his game that would bring her down. Even if the plot fell apart, Josh's criminal empire will live on. An example of how the most dangerous criminal masterminds can be found lurking in the shadows. The Anna conspiracy was one of the most audacious and intricate heists ever planned.